Man, that's some good pie.
Come on down and open up your eyes and get yourself big old hunk of dangerously delicious pies. DangerousPies.com.
Welcome back in. Hour number 3 underway here of our live Radio Row coverage from Super Bowl 42 in Phoenix at the Phoenix Convention Center. Drew Forrester, Casey Willett hanging around, Ray Bachman in the house, Nasty is here, and we are ready to start talking a little NFL Super Bowl with a man who knows a thing or two about the big game, Mr. Randy Cross. Randy, welcome in.
Well, thank you.
You got your break from the TV wars this week, right? So now you don't have to worry about any of that getting dressed up and the makeup. Now you just do, you're like us now. You just wear, although you've got a nice jacket on. I got a Free the Birds t-shirt on.
Yeah, which I immediately had to ask you if they're ever going to bring Major League Baseball back to Baltimore.
Well, that's a good that's a good question.
Oh, you have the Nationals, that's right.
We're hoping. We're hoping that baseball comes back to Baltimore. In fact, we're hearing rumors about a big trade that we're waiting to hear.
Okay.
First out of the gate, let's just talk briefly about the game. Get your thoughts on what you expect to see Sunday. Everybody in the world, I guess, is picking New England. I know Dr. Z from Sports Illustrated picked the Giants, but everybody's picking New England. What do you see?
Yeah, it's easy. People go back and they look at the Week 17 game and they say, well, the Giants had a 12-point lead. Well, yeah, but the Patriots had a 10-point lead or an 11-point lead with hardly any time left, and the Giants scored a touchdown right at the end to kind of make it close. It's hard to envision. Let's put it this way. I look at the game, and I haven't really had enough of the tape study, which sounds like a chicken's way out, but I can see the Patriots getting down because they've done it before and coming back and winning. I can't see the Giants getting down by 14 or more and having any chance of winning. And there's a very real chance that offensively they could struggle against this team, only because they've been so successful. And they were 4 for 4 scoring touchdowns in the red zone. They were goal to go 3 different times, and they got touchdowns. I mean, they've proven they could do what no other playoff team has done against the Patriots.
You're obviously very familiar with a guy that a lot of people think is many consider to be the greatest quarterback in the history of the game. Of course, that's Joe Montana. Where do you see, let's presuppose for a second, that the Patriots go ahead and win on Sunday. What does that do now for Brady with 4 of them in a very brief period of time? Not that Joe didn't take Joe 20 years to get his either, but where
7, 8 years.
What do you see? Can we start talking about Brady Montana now fairly if that happens on Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. I've always had the Super Bowl wins, and I've always had the MVPs. And I've always had the argument, well, he chose my guy. And after this week, I might be down to just chose my guy. Because he's got some serious arguments. I still contend that just as a quarterback, just winning games, that Joe's the best I've ever seen. He's definitely the best I ever played. But Tom's right there, and it'll be an argument. It's a lot easier to settle probably 5 years from now. When
he wins 2 more,
when he'll have won 6,
right?
Maybe
he's
7.
He's like Tiger with chasing the Masters and all the U.S. Opens, right?
They are that good.
Right.
I mean, they're the combination that what people ignore is what a good organization they are. That's what gives them their stability. That's what gives them their foundation and their base to go from. And you can't discount that. And that's what Mr. Kraft's done such an amazing job collecting people that all work for the same thing.
We had Scott Zolak in a little while ago and talked to him about this situation involving the road wins and the Giants and the 10 in a row on the road. I mean, you can speak on this, obviously, we haven't played in the league. I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment for them, given who they had to beat along the way. I mean, they won 7 out of 8 on the road during the regular season, went to Tampa and won, a team that had played very well at home during the regular season, went to Dallas. Dallas only lost 1 time all year at home, and of course that was to New England, and then went to Green Bay in that weather where nobody could win and won there. I mean, the one thing I will give them is those road wins. It's different if they go 7-1 at home and everybody goes, oh, well, they won 7 games at home. This is an amazing run for them of 10 wins in a row on the road, which really I think makes them not a reasonable chance to win the game, but it wouldn't shock me if they win on Sunday.
Well, I mean, how soon we forget. I know Tom Coughlin referenced to his team this week. He said, who lost the Super Bowl 2 years ago? And there was kind of a dead silence. He did the same thing with his local media. And he goes, well, how many of you know Seattle? That's what this game's about. This game isn't about who loses it. It's about who wins it. And that's what you remember about this game. That's what you'll remember about this team. 2 years ago, Pittsburgh did exactly what we're watching
Right.
We watched the
They
Giants
won on the road. Right. Right.
and people went in and said, hey, Seattle and Pittsburgh, Seattle, and I don't remember the point spread or anything else, but I know a lot of people that went into that game in Detroit and thought Seattle was going to win a Super Bowl for Mike Holmgren. And somehow, some way, because they were on that day a better team, they won the game. And it's the same chance that the Giants have of winning the game Sunday.